Having troubles telling how I feel, but I can dance. Couldn't possibly tell you.
Okay, problem number 4 asks us to evaluate, keyword there, f of -1, f of 0, and f of 2. So this is kind of like there are 3 mini problems, sub-problems in problem number 4. So when it says evaluate, that means that we're given certain input or inputs to stick into our function and then see what the output is. Okay, see what the corresponding outputs are. So let's start with -1. So f of -1, that implies that our input, we know that our x is equal to -1. Okay, so this means we're just going to plug in -1 wherever we see an x in our formula. So this is going to be 3 plus, and we see an x inside the square root, so we're just going to plug in a -1 here, and then plus 3. So we get 3 plus square root of 2, and that's pretty much it. If you don't have a calculator, this will be an acceptable answer for f of -1. Okay? So now let's try f of 0. We're going to do the same thing. This 0 here inside the parentheses means that our x is equal to 0. That's our specific input we're given. So 3 plus, and then inside the square root we have 0 plus 3. So this is equal to 3 plus the square root of 3. Okay, so that's our second output there. And then finally we have f of 2, which implies that our x is now a 2. So we just plug that in, and we get 3 plus the square root of 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus the square root of 5. Okay, so this is our kind of like our 3-part answer here. Okay, now for our last question, we're going to let f of t equal to 3t plus 5. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is evaluate f of 0. So evaluate means we're given an input, and in this case our input is x is equal to 0, or not x, sorry, t is equal to 0. So that's a good example actually. We have our dependent variable not being represented by an x but by a t instead, which is it's the same concept, just using a different variable letter. Okay, so t equals 0, in this case that's our input. So to evaluate, we just take our formula and we stick in a 0 wherever we see a t. So that would be 3 times 0 plus 5, which is equal to, the 0 goes away, right? And then we just get 5. So our f of 0, when we evaluate it, is equal to 5. And we evaluated that. Okay? Alrighty. So now, for part B, we're going to solve f of t is equal to 0. So this is different, right? Solving means you're given an output, which is 0, and then you have to figure out what are our possible inputs that produce this output, okay? So in this case, what we're going to do is take our formula, right? I'll just rewrite it here, okay? And this thing, this f of t, has to equal 0. So we just stick equals 0. And then we take this new equation here, right? And we're just going to solve for t. Okay, so let's do that. So 3t plus 5 is equal to 0. To solve for t, just subtract the 5 over to the right side. And now we have 3t is equal to -5. If we divide by 3 on both sides, we just get simply t is equal to -5 over 3. And that is it. This is our input that leads us to an output of 0. So we just solved the equation. Alrighty, and that is it for our practice problems video on the section on functions and function notation. I hope that helps, and good luck on your homework.